High in the snow-dusted peaks of the Atlas Mountains, a shadow moves through the pine forests, a predator unlike any living today. This was the Barbary lion, the legendary apex predator that once ruled the entire northern coast of Africa. Heavier and more massive than modern African lions, males possessed a dense, dark mane that extended far along their bellies. Adaptations developed over millennia allowed them to thrive not in scorching plains, but in freezing high-altitude mountain ranges. For thousands of years, they stood at the intersection of human history and wild nature, reverenced and feared by every civilization that encountered them. Yet within a single century, the formidable king of North Africa was hunted to total silence.
Long before their decline, the power of the Barbary lion captured the imagination of ancient empires. Roman legions ventured deep into North African mountain passes, laying traps to capture hundreds of living beasts. Transported across the Mediterranean in wooden crates, they were brought to Rome as the ultimate display of imperial dominance. Underneath the sand of the Colosseum, starved lions were raised into packed arenas to face gladiators and condemned prisoners. Historical accounts describe massive beasts whose roars echoed through stone amphitheaters across the Roman Empire. Thousands perished in these spectacles, marking the first major wave of human pressure on their wild populations.
As Rome fell, the Barbary lion transitioned from arena spectacle to the ultimate medieval status symbol. European monarchs prized them above all other wild beasts, receiving them as diplomatic gifts from North African rulers. They became the living inspiration for European heraldry, appearing on royal coats of arms, shields and banners across the continent. In the 13th century, King John of England established a royal menagerie inside the dark stone walls of the Tower of London. For centuries, captive Barbary lions lived in the heart of London, concrete proof of Britain's expanding global reach. Recent DNA testing on medieval skulls recovered from the Tower moat confirmed these beasts were indeed pure Atlas lions.
By the mid-19th century, the expansion of modern civilization turned relentless pressure into an existential threat. European colonization brought widespread deforestation, destroying the thick oak and cedar forests the lions called home. The introduction of high-powered rifles changed the balance forever. Hunting parties systematically cleared entire regions. Colonial authorities placed steep cash bounties on lion pelts to protect domestic livestock and coastal agricultural land. Pushed completely out of the coastal lowlands, the remaining lions retreated deep into the inaccessible, snow-bound peaks of the high Atlas. Isolated and drastically reduced in numbers, the once vast population fragmented into tiny, vulnerable pockets.
According to official wildlife records, the final chapter was written in the Tizi Natishka Pass of Morocco. In 1922, a local hunter shot and killed what was officially declared the last wild Barbary lion on Earth. But as the decades passed, persistent rumors suggested the species had not vanished entirely. During the French-Algerian War in the late 1950s and 1960s, military pilots reported seeing solitary lions in remote wilderness zones. French soldiers on ground patrols documented encounters with large, dark-maned cats in regions long thought abandoned. Whether these were phantom sightings or the final desperate survivors, wild Barbary lions soon faded entirely into history.
Though extinct in the wild, a faint genetic lifeline managed to endure in captivity.
For generations, the Sultan of Morocco maintained a private collection of lions handed down from local tribes. Today, descendants of this royal herd reside in Morocco's Rabat Zoo, displaying the distinct physical traits of their ancestors. Modern geneticists are actively mapping DNA extracted from museum specimens to determine the purity of captive lineages worldwide. Through selective breeding programs, scientists hope to isolate and preserve the unique genetic markers of the Atlas lion. While we may never see a wild Barbary lion roam the Atlas peaks again, their ghost still echoes in the living DNA of their descendants.